If you say, "Show me thy God," I will reply, "Show me yourself, and I will show you my God." Show then that the eyes of your soul are capable of seeing, and the ears of your heart able to hear. For as those who look with the eyes of the body perceive earthly objects and what concerns this life, and discriminate at the same time between things that are different, whether light or darkness, white or black, deformed or beautiful, well proportioned and symmetrical, or disproportioned and awkward, or monstrous or mutilated, and as in like manner also, by the sense of hearing, we discriminate either sharp or deep or sweet sound. So the same holds good regarding the eyes of the soul and the ears of the heart, that it is by them we are able to behold God. For God is seen by those who are able to see him when they have the eyes of their soul open. For all have eyes, but in the same they are overspread, and do not see the light of the sun. Yet it does not follow, because the blind do not see, that the light of the sun does not shine. But let the blind blame themselves for their eyes. So also thou, O man, hast the eyes of thy soul overspread by thy sins and evil deeds, as a burnished mirror, so ought a man to have his soul pure. When there is rust on the mirror, it is not possible that a man's face be seen in the mirror. So also, when there is sin in a man, such a man cannot behold God. Do you, therefore, show me yourself, whether you are not an adulterer, or a fornicator, or a thief, or a robber, or a purloiner, whether you do not corrupt boys, whether you are not insolent, or a slanderer, or passionate, or envious, or proud, or supercilious, whether you are not a brawler, or covetous, or disobedient to parents, and whether you do not sell your children. For to those who do these things God is not manifested, unless they have first cleansed themselves from all impurity. All these things then involve you in darkness, as when a filmy defluxion on the eyes prevent one from beholding the light of the sun. Thus also do iniquity, O man, involve you in darkness, so that you cannot see God. You will say then to me, do you who see God explain to me the appearance of God? Hear, O man, the appearance of God is ineffable and indescribable, and cannot be seen by eyes of flesh. For in glory he is incomprehensible, in greatness unfathomable, in height inconceivable, in power incomparable, in wisdom unraveled, in goodness inimitable, in kindness unutterable. For if I say he is light, I name but only his work. If I call him word, I name but his sovereignty. If I call him mind, I call but his wisdom. If I say he is spirit, I speak of his breath. If I call him wisdom, I speak of his offspring. If I call him strength, I speak but of his sway. If I call him power, I am mentioning his activity. If province, I but mention his goodness. If I call him kingdom, I but mention his glory. If I call him Lord, I mention his judgment. If I call him judge, I speak of his being just. If I call him Father, I speak of all things as being from him. If I call him fire, I but mention his anger. You will say then to me, is God angry? Yes, he is angry of those who act wickedly. but he is good and kind and merciful to those who love and fear him. For he is a chastiser of the godly and father of the righteous, but he judges and punishes the impious. And he is without beginning, because he is unbegotten. And he is unchangeable, because he is immortal. He is called God on account of him having placed all things on security or forward by himself, and on account of Kiyin. For Kiyin means running and moving and being active and nourishing and foreseeing and governing and making all things alive. But he is Lord because he rules over the universe. Father because he is above all things. Fashioner and maker because he is creator and maker of the universe. The highest because he is being above all. And mighty because he himself rules and embraces all. For the heights of the heavens and the depths of the abyss and the ends of the earth are in his hand, and there is no place of his rest. For the heaven is his work, the earth is his creation, the sea is his handiwork, man is his formation and his image. Sun, moon, star are his elements, made for signs and seasons and days and years, that they may serve and be slaves to man. And all things God has made out of things that are not into things that are, in order that through his work his greatness may be known and understood. For as the soul in man is not seen, being invisible to men, but is perceived through the motion of the body, so God cannot indeed be seen by human eyes, but is beheld and perceived through his providence and works. For in like manner as any person, when a ship is seen on the sea rigid and in sail and making for harbor, will no doubt infer that there is a pilot in her who is steering her, so we must perceive that God is the governor, pilot of the whole universe, though he is not visible to the eyes of the flesh, since he is incomprehensible. For if a man cannot look upon the sun, though it is a very small heavenly body, on account of its exceeding heat and power, how shall not a mortal man be much more unable to face the glory of God, which is unutterable? For as the pomegranate, with the rind containing it, has within it many cells and compartments which are separated by tissues, and has also many seeds dwelling in it, so the whole creation is contained by the Spirit of God, and the containing Spirit is also with the creation contained by the hand of God. As therefore the seed of the pomegranate dwelling inside cannot see what is outside the rind, itself being within, so neither can man, who alone with the whole creation is enclosed by the hand of God, behold God. Then again, an earthly king is believed to exist, even though he is not seen by all. For he is recognized by his laws and ordinances and authorities and forces and statutes. And are you unwilling that God should be recognized by his works and mighty deeds?